everyone, welcome to No Movies in Hell. I'm Chris Geiger.
I'm LaQuas Scott, and today we are reviewing Strays. Animal comedy. It's like Homeward Bound, except for it's rated R.
Will Ferrell, Jamie Foxx.
Mm-hmm.
I think Randall Park plays the big gray dog. Is that a Weimaraner? I don't know.
I'm not sure. It's definitely like not a Dane. Yeah, and I think Rose Byrne was the shepherd dog, like the female dog.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. So, what were your first impressions of this movie?
I saw the trailer. I thought it looked cute, but not like super. I didn't need to go see it in the theater. It wasn't one of those. But I ended up doing that anyway, and it was entertaining. There were definitely some parts that were funnier than others. I don't always love Will Ferrell. I think he's hit or miss for me.
Yeah.
I did like him in Barbie, but
No,
it's hard
like
to describe.
Anchorman or Talledega Nights or what is that? The ice skating movie. Like I feel like a lot of his movies are centered around sports in the beginning and then became more like well, I guess that's not true because it was like old school, I guess. But
Right. Like I really like Elf and I
yeah.
liked Talladega Nights. But if you ask me to say why Talladega Nights is different from some of his other movies of that same genre, I don't know. I
Hmm.
I did like his wife in Talladega Nights a lot.
Yes.
She was great. So maybe it was that combination that I really liked. What did you think?
And I first saw the trailer, I was like, oh, this is gonna be interesting, like, R-rated live action animal movie. Who knows how far they're going to push the comedy and stuff. And the plot seemed very straightforward.
Yeah.
I like Will Ferrell. I think it's hit or miss for me. Like it took me I really liked Old School. It took me a very, very long time to like Anchorman because being from San Diego, I was just like, they were making fun of my hometown. And then I was like, it really is kind of a reflection of the people in San Diego. And yeah, and I've always been a fan of Jamie Foxx. I think he does like very interesting projects because he was first in comedy. I think he's rooted in comedy. He won an Oscar for Ray. He's done like Netflix. I never watched the Netflix show, but he does have a show on Netflix. And then it's like then another TV show or like another movie, and so now he's in this movie. So I'm like, it's interesting as a voice actor. I like Rose Byrne. I think she's funny, obviously, in Bridesmaids, and Randall Park I think is hilarious. Uh, I used to watch like Fresh Off the Boat when it was on. I thought that was a good show. I think he's a very funny comedian. So
I've
they
never
have a lot
seen.
of heavy hitters. Of Fresh Off the Boat.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's great. He plays like a dad to like it's centered around like three teenage boys in Southern California. Um, yeah, I thought it's good to see that he's in like a lot of other things because he's also in Antman series as well as like the detective that's trying to figure out like what's going on.
I think he did Shortcomings, and I did watch that.
Yes, I saw him in the trailer. I finally saw the trailer for that. Is it in the movie theater? I don't know.
I think it might have already left.
Oh, okay.
It was good though. I liked it. It was very slice of life, but sort of and angsty.
Okay. Interesting.
But in a different way than Past Lives is slice of life and angsty.
Yeah. I don't know. Past Lives is like it's like a perfect like Sunday afternoon movie.
Right. If it's raining and you're just hanging out in your apartment.
Yep.
Yeah. And I would watch Past Lives again, like
Yeah, same.
streaming or whatever. Even, yeah.
We digress.
Yeah. back to Jamie Foxx. So Jamie Foxx, we did just see him in They Clone Tyrone.
Yes.
So it seems like he's got stuff coming out now, and he did have that health scare, which I'm not even sure like what the health issue was. I don't think I ever read exactly what the issue was, but it seems like he's doing okay now. So
Yeah.
for him, I feel like there's not a ton to say about this movie. It is, it is good for what it was. Let's go to
Yeah.
the slides.
Thought it was funny to see Dennis Quaid. Like, that was really
Right.
random.
That was very random.
Like, did he decide, or his agent or somebody say, like, you should just make a cameo in this film just to be weird?
Well, I like that it was when you first see him on the screen. Oh, I guess spoiler. There's a cameo of Dennis
Yeah.
Quaid. When you first see him come on the screen, you're not sure if he's just playing a tourist or.
Yeah.
But then he says, like, "I'm Dennis Quaid."
Yeah, it's like so break the fourth wall and self-referential. It's like, I don't know how this fits in here, and okay.
I feel like whoever wrote the movie is just a big Dennis Quaid fan, and they were like, "I'm gonna write a part in here for him, and hope they take."
Yeah. Sorry, you couldn't, we didn't have an animal role for you, so we're just gonna shoehorn you in and just say this weird line.
Right. You gave it a perfect average score. I said
I
it was a
think I
little bit
did.
less than average.
Mm, I can see that. I can see that.
Yeah. Only
You
because
wouldn't recommend this movie.
I wouldn't. I mean, I can't think of any one that I would recommend it to. Because it's an animal movie, but it's not a family animal movie.
That's true.
And it's not like
That's true.
so funny that I'm like, oh my God, you have to see this movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
So,
agree. I just thought it was good for what it was. It was very straightforward.
right.
No surprises. Curious to know like what inspired them to do that, because it is kind of a weird niche of like, hey, it's talking animals, but then it's like, well, you can't market this. It's not for kids, it's for adults. Is it up for adults with pets? I don't know. I don't think so.
I
Is
did
it
really
people who like
like,
comedians?
I did really like the way that they made some of like the animals were like really great
Hmm.
in it, right? Like some of the expressions that they had on their faces in certain scenes, like it seemed like they really had to probably spend a lot of time working with the animals or do a lot of
Hmm.
special effects around their mouths and things like that. But yeah, the animals themselves, great acting.
Yeah.
Do you have anything to plug in this episode?
Not really. You know what? I do in a different sense. So Netflix is sunsetting their DVD program, which
Oh,
I actually am have the one DVD program
oh, nice.
since like forever. And so I saw something online, which is probably not a good source because I can't even, source it, but that like if you keep the DVD that you currently have, you get to keep it. Like, and I've had this DVD for like literally the past 2.5 years, and I have not watched it yet. It's Mood Indigo, which I love Michel Gondry, and I just forgot. Like, it's literally in a cabinet. I forgot. I think before that it was Jim Jarmusch's The Only Lovers Left Alive, and I had that for approximately a year and a half. So it takes me a little long time. And so hearing this rumor that like one, you get to keep your DVDs, and then you have until I think the end of August, which has passed already, but to essentially pick your top 10. And
Mm,
then in September, they will send you out these DVDs. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like I, I need to collect physical media anyway because of what's happening with streaming, and it's cool to like just, I don't know, like sometimes I pop in DVDs and watch them, and it's nice. Like, I've been kind of like racking my brain with like what would be the top 10 movies I would have uh like physicals of that might be really hard to get.
mm.
That's my plug, is if you don't have a Netflix DVD, you should get it. If you have a friend or whatever, have those DVD top 10 ready. And then I got an email the other day that basically was saying that if you don't, it's not 100% guaranteed, because, people probably choose the same DVDs, or maybe they don't have it. and you could either get all of them or you can get like one of them, or you can get more than 10, which is crazy. So I thought that was very interesting.
Cool. I used to have the plan. I had it maybe until I want to say 2 or 3 years ago. And then it would, because it was taking me so long to watch them and take them, I was just like, okay, I'm done. Like, I have to stop. So I did, but I did see an article that said they were liquidating their DVDs, and if you were currently a member, that you would benefit from that. So that sounded awesome.
Yeah. So I'm crossing my fingers. I'll let you know.
All right. Well, exciting.
Do you have anything to plug?
There's a Korean film festival happening at Lincoln Center, Film at Lincoln Center right now. The golden decade of Korean cinema, which is they consider the 1960s. So it's a lot of old and restored films. One of them they're doing Agent X7. They couldn't restore the audio, or they didn't find the audio for
Oh
it.
wow.
So it's completely silent.
Oh wow. Oh my gosh.
And
It's from the 60s?
yeah. And they have a DJ who's gonna come in and play music along with it, but it's not, obviously the music that was designed to be with this movie. And I don't even know how you really tell what's going on, except it's a series, it's like an art piece. You're just watching like these images go across the screen with some mildly or maybe not even related music also happening at the same time. So super interesting. And
That sounds fun.
I saw a movie on Friday night, which was interesting. It was banned when it was originally released. I can't remember off the top of my head what the name of the movie was now. But it was finally like released in Korea a couple years after it debuted. It was at the San Francisco Film Festival before
Mm.
most people in Korea got to see it. So that was interesting too. And they spent like 2 years restoring that one. So it looks really great. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Thanks everyone for watching, and we'll see you next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe.